but people do not want to listen to this.
And then you look at what's happening across the border in Afghanistan. We had a war. We had Al-Qaeda that was responsible for September the 11th terrorist atrocities in New York and Washington, D.C. We then see an invasion of Afghanistan. We see 20 years of these troops. Afghan is the devil. We shouldn't really have anything to do with Afghanistan, with the Taliban. And now, 20 years later, America and his allies are pulling out the troops. Taliban have control of the whole country. What do you make, and there are allegations of human rights abuses on the part of the Taliban forces. What do you make of what's going on in Afghanistan?
Brother Shafiq, I was in a UN meeting on the 24th of yesterday about Afghanistan. It's still going on. We have a still session on tomorrow. Can I tell you one thing? I believe people, and especially media, they are blind. They don't know what's happening. I'm laughing when I listen the news, when I watch the article, and when I watch the comments from the people and on social media that America lost, Afghan win, or America take out his army. This is totally rubbish. It's not a reality. America is still in a winning position. I was an observer in a G7 and G8 conference, which has happened about two months ago almost. And still yesterday, America playing a big game. Let me tell you, you remember what happened in a G7. In a G7, was only one agenda: how to bring down China to getting a superpower. That was a totally agenda when the conference happened in a convoy in the United Kingdom. So that was a totally planning. That was a totally a conference about China, how to bring it down. And that's the main target for America, to stop China to becoming a superpower, because America they are not in a position to stop China on any other direction in a financial terms. Look at the China, how they're building the CPEC, how they're building the road to all the way to the Russia, Africa, and Europe. They are covering all the businesses. So what America doing in Afghanistan, brother? They have a compromise. They have a contract with Afghan Taliban. Look at this Taliban. They are not that Taliban which was 21 years ago.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, just to interrupt you. That the Taliban have been saying that they are not the old Taliban of 1996 to 2001. You saw their press conference, which was very slick and very smooth. But the reality behind what's happening on the ground in Afghanistan are those reports. The human rights special envoy at the United Nations has said there are human rights abuses going on by the Taliban. What do they need to do differently to make sure that they are different this time?
No, let me finish my wording. Please. What I was trying to tell. Thank you. America is playing a big game against China. They will use these Taliban. They will use this Afghan government against the China, against the CPEC, against the Pakistan. Look at the border which is near to the Chinese side. They are already start problem on their side. The day Afghan came back to the Taliban came back to the power in Afghanistan, Pakistan get under attacks. So suicide attacks after many years. So this is a game which is playing U.S. Very clearly, very cleverly. Today, the U.S. special special officers from President office went to meet the secret meeting with the Taliban. So there is something big going on. This is not a victory of the Taliban. It's not lose for America. It is something big happening against China. You look at in the next 5 years, we will get in a big trouble before the 9/11 we get. We lost so many life after 9/11. We lost so many economy in Pakistan. We give too much for the war. But this war which is happening right now, America playing very secretly against. He will stop Iran. Look at what benefit he will get. He will stop Iran. He will stop China. He will stop Russia. He will stop Pakistan making a disabled Afghanistan. If Afghanistan have no peace, all these 4 countries will get in a trouble the way they was in a trouble in before. This is my understanding. I hope I'm wrong, but this is what is clearly happening in Afghanistan.
Yeah, and then we look at, let's move on very quickly because time is of the essence. Recently, the war in